Hi, I'm Haley Richardson, and I'd like to give you some sound advice. What we're going to talk about today is, I think, a really strong characteristic in Sligo style fiddle playing, and that is ornamentation, and specifically rolls. Rolls and triplets are probably the most commonly used ways of varying the tune. In Irish music, we have the bare bones of the tune, which is generally quite straightforward. But to colour it, which is very common in Sligo style fiddle playing, we like to use different modes of ornamentation, rolls, triplets, cuts, rearranging the notes, all of these different sorts of styles of varying a tune to embellish it a little bit more and add to the nuance of the tune. So rolls are probably my favourite way of varying the tune. And there's quite a specific style of doing this in particularly Sligo style fiddle playing, which revolves a lot around the phrasing of a tune. Specifically, the way that I would have learned has an emphasis on the downbeats of a tune. So with a reel, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have so much emphasis on that one. A little less on the other notes, but they're still prominent and we want to feature those as well. And I think the same goes for a roll. It's really important to accentuate that first note in the roll to kind of establish the roll that you're doing and then carry it forward with the remainder of the notes. So that might look like so we want to be able to hear every note in the roll, and to help us do that, it's really important to start strong with that first note. So generally when I break this down in teaching, I like to start slow. So I think slow practice is something that's super useful in any style of playing, really. But starting slow kind of helps you establish in your mind, okay, this is what I'm working with, and how can I then incorporate this when I play it up to speed. So with any roll, we can go. So those are the notes in the roll. We've established that there's a nice downbeat on that first one. Playing it painfully slow, it's painful, but it helps. So when we work that into the tune, so those are kind of our feature ones in the second part. They really become prominent. So to a student, I might break this down by the same manner of doing it is just starting really slow. So and just working it up from there so that you can really get in your mind and in your fingers as well. These are the notes that I'm working with, and how can I make them as clear as possible? So starting slow really helps in this type of practice, getting those notes into your head and getting them into your fingers, more importantly. I think a lot of playing for me personally is muscle memory. So if I play something slowly and then quicken it up bit by bit, you know, it's slow, painful practice, but it really is beneficial, I think. So really, really hearing every single note. Even in the slow practice, it's really important to bring in that phrasing, especially when things aren't quite as they're going to sound in the tune. I think it helps to kind of train your fingers and train your mind to really deliver that through. So it sounds a bit different now, but when we speed it up bit by bit, it's going to kind of morph into that at some point, but the essence of it is still there in the bare bones of that first established note. Really beautiful and really clear. Helps you bring those other notes along with it. And so that goes for any finger that you're playing that with, any tune, any key. The same idea is there. So we'll put it into the tune and see how it sounds. So Thanks for watching Sound Advice. I hope that gives you something to work with your Irish ornamentation, and I'll see you next time.